When all the stars come out, that's when you hear the sound echo from all around. Sing La Luna.
Hi everybody, it's Hannah, and it is Wednesday, October 30th. I don't know what I was thinking. It's November 30th today, but it is October 30th, a day before Halloween. So we're gonna do some Halloween stuff today. And what's better than just trying to play with Adobe Express and look at some new features in Adobe Express that can help you do some stuff and do multiply pages without duplicating it. So let's look at some new things that we have and then came out in Adobe Max. It used to be a plugin and now it is part of Adobe Express. So enough with me just talking about what am I going to do. I'm just going to go in and do it today. So I was actually looking for an orange shirt, but I don't have an orange shirt. I wanted to have like something on my head, so for Halloween, and I might actually have a flamingo from Adobe Max, and I might just put it on my head, and I have a flamingo right now, and this is part of things that we got in Adobe Max in our I look so very silly, but anyway, I will just leave it here. Anyway, so let's just get started. I'm gonna go in and share my screen, and yes, I'm staying with my flamingo, and I am in Adobe Express. So you see they changed a little bit the layout. They're kind of changing it, the UI a little bit to make it more user-friendly or less user-friendly. I cannot decide yet, but really what you have right now, creating anything quickly and easily. You see, start from your content, generate with AI, explore quick actions, and then browse for templates. So right away you can go in and see something that you want to do. And then, like, let's say if I wanted to do stuff with generate AI, I can go right away there. Another thing is more way to start. Of course, you have Instagram, square post, logo, remove background, other stuff that you have over here. And then when I start scrolling, I see some templates, and look what I have, tons of templates. And depending what kind of template I'm using, for healthcare, for retail, real estate, professional services, and whatnot. But I'm gonna go in and start kind of like the traditional way, and I'm going to go back here to my cursor, which kind of like disappears for me all the time lately, and I'm gonna click on the plus sign. So that's kind of like depending how you use. Also there is for you social media, video, photo, document, print, and generative AI. So you can, it's just, and then people ask me sometime, why do we have so many ways of doing one thing? And I think everybody has a different way of looking at the UI, and people get used to certain things that they're doing, and that's why I wanted to mention it. So you can start from different kind of places, and it's all okay. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go to social media, and you can see over here I have Instagram ads, Instagram carousel, Instagram landscape, reel, and I'm just going to go to generic Instagram post, kind of like the everyday square post that I have over here. And this is what I have here, and let's just start. And then the idea is today is to create a post for social media. Let's say I did it a week or two ago, and I wanted to create a post that a sentence will actually will change at the place that you want. So instead of creating 6 or 7 of them with different sentences, I'm going to create only one, and then I'm going to show you how to use bulk create, which is a new feature in Adobe Express. It was an add-on until now, and then everybody liked it so much, so they moved it inside Adobe Express. So when I kind of like try to think about what is it, it's not liquid layout to repurpose your images like we do in InDesign. I will almost like look at it, it's like data merge a little bit. So there's an area that you have to prepare an Excel file with the sentences that you have, save it as an Excel document, and then upload it over here. But first, you kind of need to create the image that you want to work with. So what I'm going to do is I basically going to go in to media, and then I'm going to go back here. I'm just going to do generate image. Why not? Because I didn't prepare any image for today, and I didn't look at my templates that I had or my libraries that I had before. So I'm basically going to go in and look at that. And then let me check out if I turned on the chat, and I did not turn on the chat today because I don't know why, I forgot. And now I have the chat. So if everybody is here, just say hi, let us know where you're coming from, and you can ask some questions as well. Unfortunately, the way it works with this streaming on Behance, you guys cannot talk and I cannot answer you directly, so it is a little frustrating. And then, hi Barbara, I'm sorry I didn't open the chat. I forgot to turn it on, and I knew you were here, and welcome. But you probably heard me, and I'm so happy you are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say generate image. And I'm going to generate a square image because I'm doing something square. And then what am I going to do? Something super, super simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say spooky Halloween, Halloween landscape. So something super simple, because Halloween is tomorrow. We're gonna just go and stay within Halloween today. We'll stay with the spirit, and yeah, and you can see I have my flamingo from Florida. And yay, look what I have. I have kind of a spooky scenery over here. And I'm looking at one, looking at the other one. I can change different things. And I can also go into the content and I can say I want it to be graphics. And if I want it to be graphics, I can also add an image for composition and add an image for a style. And let's say I'm going to click on palette knife and do generate. So I can do different kind of images. And for now, I'm just changing something and see if I like that. And if not, I'm going to change that again. And then look what I have here. Not bad. I have kind of like a drawing right now, which I really like. So I'm just going to go and put it on the screen over here. This is really cool. I like that. It looks like somebody painted it. I can go in and add to it some stuff, but it's pretty cool. And then let's see if I can do a different image. I'm looking at the samples that I have, and I don't know which one to use. Actually, maybe I'm gonna use this one right now. Again, if I don't like to have the stuff that I created, let's say the palette knife, I can take it over. I can make it back to photo or art or anything else. I'm just gonna leave it like this. My background also is white at the moment. So I'm going to go to the background color and I'm going to sample kind of orange over here. And then now I'm going to my image, and because I have an orange background, I might go back here and just play with some kind of effect. So I might go with the effect right now. and try to not have it so colorful right now. And I'm just gonna go in and look at that. Whoa, it's kind of still Halloweeny, but it's a little bit different. It's Halloween, it's a little bit different. Has some red over here. Let me check it out. I'm gonna go to this brown right now, and then I'm gonna select it again, and let's see how it is going to look, let's say with multiply mode. Multiply mode is really kind of like too dark for me, maybe. I'm gonna check screen mode. And screen mode is a little good, it is great for me. Of course, if I was in Photoshop right now, you know what I would have done. I will go to a layer mask and start bringing and revealing some stuff. But I'm trying to stay here and stay positive and look at the stuff that I want to do. I might create a frame, but actually, you know what? I don't feel like creating a frame right now. If I'm going to go to the background, no, I don't want to create a frame at the moment. And then I'm going to go to the background, and I'm going to lock the background at the moment. I just don't want the background to move, and it is really showing me the color that I have from underneath it, which I kind of like that. It's kind of like spooky Halloween, and maybe we can create little things with it. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create something super simple. I'm going to go to the text. And I'm going to add my own text, and that's a generic text that I have over here. And I'm going to say, you are invited to a party, and it's going to be Thursday, October 31st, 4 to 8 p.m. I'm just gonna write something, and I'm gonna do select all, and let's check it out. So all the way up there is recommended kind of style if I want to go and bring it here, and then I can go and look at the style and play with it. But if I don't want to look at the style, I might just go back here and find out some kind of typefaces that I want to work with. And then you can see all the way down you have more fonts, and all the way there on the left there is the categories. So I can have art deco, I have black letter, brush pen, comic, friendly, horror. So let's say if I do horror over here, I kind of have different kind. And look at this, you're invited to a Halloween party. Not very readable, but can be something that we can go and kind of work with it. And then I'm looking at other stuff and playing you are invited. This is kind of like fun, could be fun actually. You are invited to a party Thursday, October 31st, 4 to 8. I'm gonna check out to see if I have other stuff. I want it to be readable. So this is a little bit more readable than the other one that I had. I might go back and play with it, or I can go back here and click all the way down here. Maybe I go to black letter, because I mean, and maybe I'm just gonna go in. You are invited to a party Thursday, October. Not very readable, but I might use that for fun. And I'm just gonna go in and make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just gonna go and put it here, and then click to a party, and then maybe go into the party and make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm just gonna go and create kind of a space, so I have something. I don't need a space over here. So more or less we see what we have here, and then I'm gonna highlight the last two things that we have, and then I'm just gonna go in and create the line spacing in between, like the tracking if I want. No, I don't want to do tracking over here. I'm going to leave the tracking normal, but I'm going to go into the line spacing, and you can see here that the line spacing between the two of them are more. And then I'm going to try to do the line spacing over here and see if I can check it out. So I cannot really separate it, and if I wanted to separate it a little bit more, I should have two sentences kind of separate. But hey Ray, how you doing? Greetings from London, England. Oh, this is so cool. Thank you for joining us. And what we're doing is I'm showing you how to do a social media post, but for now I'm just building it. But the idea is to use bulk create with something that they featured in Adobe Max 2 weeks ago. It used to be an add-on, and now it is part of Adobe Express. So I'm looking at that. Okay, I might go back here to that and select and hold on the Option or Alt key. And then I'm just gonna go in and create a copy. So here it is. I have another one, and then I'm just gonna tell it where it is, and then it is going to be haunted house next door. I'm making it up right now, and then I'm gonna say RSVP boo.org, whatever it is. And then the RSVP, maybe I want to have it in a different type, so I'm going to go into normal type over here, and I'm just going to go in and just do this one and highlight that. The text actually here, it's not as important because I wanted to show you different things, and I'm going to go to the line spacing and then just move it out. I kind of wanted to decorate it a little bit, and so I'm just gonna go back to my media and generative image, and I'm going to do another square, and over here I'm gonna say spooky ghosts in a haunted house. I actually want the ghosts, not so much I'm interested in the haunted house. And by the way, I can change a lot of stuff later, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do once we are creating it. And I see Eduardo is here from Venezuela. Oh, thank you for coming, Eduardo. So nice to see you today. What we're doing is creating some social media with Adobe Express, and we're going to feature bulk create, which is a new feature. So I'm going to select that, and let's see if I want that. I'm going to look to see if I want this one or I want that. Look at this one. Okay, so I'm going to select this one over here, and now I'm going to say remove background, because really what I wanted tiny little ghosts over here to see how many I'm going to get. And while I have it here, I can go in and erase. So I can go back here, either quick selection, or I can go into a circle brush, and I'm going to erase. So maybe I want to have just one of the ghosts over here. Yay, this is actually what I wanted. Looks like a nice, good looking ghost over here, really friendly. And I'm going to go back here and put it here. And now once I have it, I might go in and change the effects a little bit, and look at that. Maybe I'm gonna make it a little darker, or maybe something like that. It's okay. Once I have it, I can do a drop shadow. There's no drop shadows for object yet, but I can duplicate it and fill it with another color and figure it out. But for now, I'm just gonna stay very simple. I'm gonna duplicate it. And once I have the two of them, I'm going to select the two of them, holding down the Shift key. And then I have my align, and I can go in align it to the top. And you can see now they are sitting together. I'm going to move this one a little bit to the side. I'm going to move this one a little bit here. And once I have that, actually, I'm going to go in and duplicate another little guy. But oops, I didn't duplicate, of course. You can hold on the Option or Alt key or copy and paste. I'm going to select one and select the other one, holding down the Shift key. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to group it. And then once I have that, I can select that, and then I'm going to do Command G, and I'm going to group that. And you see in the layers panel, it is grouped. All good. I'm going to leave it like this. And then this little guy, I'm going to make it a little smaller and just have it here for company. All good. I'm good to go right now. So you're invited to a Halloween party. I can decorate it with another one. And then I see Mikai, MK, or Mikai, hello. And you are from Bangladesh. This is so cool. So we have people from all over today. We have people from England, and we have people from Venezuela. And then now we have people also from Bangladesh. And we have Barbara, that's from here, from Music City, USA, international, and I am here in Los Angeles. So all over the place, I'm so happy that we are gathered together today, and we can talk and we can do some fun stuff. So now, here's the key, and this is why I created it. I'm gonna go to my type, and I'm going to say add your type. And let's say I'm going to decide what typeface I'm going to go and use. So I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to do something kind of readable. So I played a little bit before, and then let's say I'm going to go back here. No, that's too simple. And if I go in over here, recent, more, I'm going to go in to maybe not black letter, maybe comics. Maybe just gonna do that, and then let's say, okay, not bad. I'm gonna go and select that, and I said place holder text. This is all what I'm going to put in there. I can change the size, or I can just leave it like this. I can also select all, Command or Control A. I can make it maybe white, and then I'm just gonna leave it like this. So this is what I have right now. So you're invited to a party Thursday, October 31st. I'm just gonna go in and change it a little bit, and then do a shift return. So you have something a little bit like that. And then I'm just gonna play a little bit with the line spacing, and it's gonna look a little bit better. Okay, and then haunted house next door, RSVP. I can put some more spooky stuff, but for now I'm okay. So now I'm just gonna go back here and select that, the placeholder, and then right away I'm gonna go all the way up, and this is the new thing, and it says bulk create. So what I'm gonna get now is on the left side, it's asking you drag and drop or browse. File must be CSV to create pages from your data. My Excel does not work great on my machine. So actually what I did, I'm using Mac. So I'm going to numbers, and look what I did. I just created a table. And I've created something super simple, and I can change stuff. So let's say treat or trick, today is the day, happy Halloween, I love ghost, October is for monsters, and then maybe I'm gonna say, give me candy, please. I didn't even know what kind of sentences that I want, but and I can do up to 99 sentences, not more than that. Up to 99 sentences, and you have your quotes. So why is it so important? And then if you are in numbers, you're gonna go into file and export it to CSV file. It has to be a CSV file. Of course, if you have Excel, right away you save it as an Excel file. So this is the first thing that you need to do. And of course, if you have a campaign, and let's say a real one for social media, then you can start going in and schedule it to different days. But I'm gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna click on browse, and now I'm going to go into table 2 and click open. And this is what I have over here, and then I'm going to say next. And then over here, while I say next over here, of course, what, okay, it says connect elements. See, I didn't select it for a minute, so I didn't see anything. Do you see the word connect element and you see the link? That's what's important to see over here. So I'm going to click over here and I'm going to click on the element, and this is what I have in the element. So now I'm going to go to the quotes. Maybe I have something else in another tab that I wanted, but for now I wanted to have the quotes. And now I'm going to go and do next. And look what happened. I didn't really do anything right now. And what do I have? Candy match, please. Trick or treat, today is the day. Happy Halloween. I love ghosts. October is for monsters. And you see the size has changed a little bit because I had a certain size only. And it just adjusted it to the more letters that I have. How cool is that? So if I had maybe 16 or 20 or 40 sentences right now, it will just go back here, and you can do a bunch of other sentences later if you want, and it will create pages for you right away. So what does it mean? And then the reason, remember I said I want candy, and now it says candy match, please. I changed it. Yeah, it's like mail merge. Exactly, that array. It's exactly what I said when I started. It is like mail merge, exactly. But this is so cool that you have it already here. And I do hope they make it something like with images. So you can have a mail merge with images. So you take certain images and put it, who knows? But it's exactly like mail merge over here. That's exactly what it is. And then I'm going to click here and look what I have over here. So I'm just going to double click again, and then you can see over here, this is, oh, what did I do? Okay, I turned it off by mistake, which I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. So, and okay, I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to go back here because what I did, I turned it off. Anyway, so I'm just going to go and click open, and then I'm going to go back here and do next. I was so excited, and then I just turned it away. That's okay. It happens. And then I'm going to do next right away, and then I have it here. So now what I can do here, I'm going to go back here and say create pages. And look what it did for me. It created pages for me. So like I said before, up to 99 pages. I mean, up to 99 sentences. So it's going to be up to 99 pages. Could be any size. At the moment, this is what I did. So what can you do over here? Now let's say I'm going to go in and I have another one with placeholder. That's the original. But I'm going to go to this one. Candy match, please. Okay. So I kind of like it, but now I can do different kind of things with it. I can unlock it right now. I can go back here to my effects and say, you know what? I kind of don't want to do this effect at all. And look what I have. I have a different kind of image right now. And now I can go in and schedule it and post it and download it. And I can even go back here and change the stuff. So I have the pages already. I don't have to copy anything, but I can go in and do different kind of things. So once I have this one, maybe I will change it a little bit. I'm going to go into my media, and then I'm just going to go back here and say Halloween candy. I don't know if you have Halloween candy here, but maybe I'm going to get some candy and then I'm going to do something with it. So it's really kind of cool when you're working with that. It's already prepared it. So this is candy, and then it's too much maybe if I'm going to take away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that into art, and then I'm going to go in and it's actually simple. And you see the Halloween candy, it's all orange and you have all the stuff here. So also I can also bring some Halloween candy from some of the areas. And depending what you have here, look at that. So if I try to go to this one and remove background, it might not do a bit. Oh, not a bad job. This is exactly what I like. Look at this. So I'm going to move it up and I'm going to go to this one and go to my erase. And then I'm going to go to a circle brush and slowly I'm going to kind of play with it. And I can make the brush a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go to the size of the brush and then I'm going to make that a little smaller, and look what I have. So I can go there, and then I have the candy over here. I also can go in to the text now, and now I can decide that I can do it in a different kind of, or maybe I'm going to leave it white, or maybe dark orange, but because I have text you can add a shadow to it. I'm not a big supporter of shadows all the time, but I can do a custom shadow over here, and then I'm gonna go and change the angle a little bit, and then I'm gonna change the distance, and now you can see that you have that. Of course, if you want to have it really busy, you can go in and do that and then create some generative AI exactly on the candy and have text effect with candy. That's going to be a little bit too much, but maybe we'll try it on the next one. I'm going to look at this one and maybe I'm going to go in and change that to string or change that to multiply. And look what I have. Candy match, please. And I have that. And once I have it right now, I can go and share your design or video and do some other stuff with it. Another thing that I can do now, which is really new, is I'm going to go back here and then I'm going to select the element and I'm going to go to animation. And we have something new and then that says select all. So I'm just going to go back here. Let's say I'm going to lock the background again. And then select all the elements that I have over here. And now I'm jumping to animation. And this shows you the other feature that just showed up. And it says something that says animate all. So if you don't want to sit and animate each one of them, and you just show a simple animation right now, you're going to have animate all. And then you can go in and say maybe glide. And then it's going to take everything that you have and then just going to go and glide it. If I don't like that, I'm just going to go more Halloween-y over here. Or maybe I'm just going to go back here and you can see that. And I have it here. So now I'm going to go into my timeline. And actually it shows you over here, if you click on show layer timing, it takes it and then you see the timing that you have over here. So this is animate all and then you can see the stuff that you have. And if I go all the way down here, so you can really see all the animation coming in all kind of together. So if you don't feel like controlling it one by one, you can go in and create something and make it. So if I have that, I can go in and share. So I can go back here. I didn't do anything, but I can go and share it. But I can also do it Instagram, schedule the post that I have, save it to the cloud, make a template from it, view only a link, and share to social. So if I'm going to go in and share it to social media, I didn't tweak this account that I have because I have different account. So this one, I don't want to take it anywhere, but I can go in and decide when do I want to go and do it. And then I can just post it right away and schedule it and start connecting. So first you have to do your connection. Like I said before, I didn't do it, but you can go in and share it directly to social media. I'm going to click it. I'm not going to do that. And then I can go in and download it. So if I download it over here, I can download the selected page. I can download actually all the pages. And then this one, I'm going to download it in MP4 over here. And then I'm just going to go and download it. And then we're going to jump even to the next one and do something with it. So really, the bulk create, like Ray mentioned before, it is really like mail merge, and we have it in Word and Excel, and we have it also in Adobe InDesign. I know people don't use it directly there, but we have it over there. So it's there. I mean, you have that. But now I'm just going to go back here and look, I have it here. So this is the regular one. Let's see what we can do with this one. I'm just going to unlock that. And in this case, I really don't want to do screen. I'm going to do normal. And then I'm just going to go and select that. And I'm going to the effect and I'm going to say none. So this one is like, wow, this is really with a lot of stuff. So I might need to change a little bit the images that I have, or change even where I'm going to go and put them together, because it's a little too busy over here. So I'm going to go in and select that and bring this one here. And then maybe I don't want to have this little guy here and I'm taking it away. And maybe I'm going to select all and then change the style over here and maybe change that to white. Or maybe even change I can change actually the typeface to make it a little bit more readable, and I can just play with that. So I'm going to double select all, and I'm going to go back here and I'm going to change to, and see you are invited to a Halloween party. And then I'm just going to go into a drop shadow, and I might get just a classic drop shadow. So you can see here, I also can go in and put something else in there. So depending how you want your image and the graphics to be, if this one is a little too harsh, I can go back here to the image that I have, and then I can decide that I want to go back and work with the image that I have, and then go to generative image and then say I don't want to have the palette knife. I took away the palette knife and I'm going to make that into a photo. And let's see what I'm getting right now. So what I'm getting right now is some time to create sentences, because this time it's just a post for Halloween. So kind of like ooh, I like that. Look what's going on over here, but I don't like that this one is here. I kind of don't like it here, but I like it over here. Maybe bring it over and maybe go in, you invited to Halloween party, and maybe put the little ghost there next to it. So kind of like the ghost. And of course, if I do that, I need to lock it. I am moving out everything that I have, and I'm just gonna go in and lock. You can also lock and allow image to replace. You can also make a comment over here. You can play with all the area. What don't we have here that we want to have? And I'm asking you guys, because this is something that I need your help, because I really need them to change stuff over here. What we don't have here is we cannot name a layer, and we cannot turn off a layer. So if I really wanted to have some of the stuff for my layers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not use them, I cannot turn it off. I have to take it away, which I kind of like, don't like that. And then why didn't I lock it? I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to lock. So now it is locked. So now I can say, I'm going to move this one over here. I can go to my type, and today is the day, and look at this. I change a little bit, and then I change a little bit here, and then the only thing I need to do here is basically to tell somebody where is the party, and maybe I'm going to create something with a different color, and then I want to go into the text and see if I'm going in and just do that. Haunted Next Door, rsvdboo.boo.org. Of course, can I do something a little bit more clear? Not really. I can also do a QR code, and look what I have here. If I want to have a drop shadow on it, of course I can go in and add a drop shadow. And look, this one looks absolutely different, and I have a different scenery, and I can start adding some stuff to it. So Ray is leaving us now. Thank you for your stream. I'm off to bed. Yes, it is. It's 2 a.m. in the UK. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully we'll see you another time with us. I know it is late for a lot of people, but look at this. I'm gonna move that and move this little guys, and then I'm gonna bring it here. I didn't select them, but maybe I'm just gonna go and put these guys here. Who knows? I'm just gonna play with it and see if I like it. And I'm gonna go in and I can download it, but I'm gonna go to the next one. So I'm gonna do only 2 or 3 of them just to play with them, because I want to play also with different kind of stuff that we have. The last one that I didn't do anything with animation. And by the way, if I wanted to do animation and animate it kind of like one by one, I can select one and I can just go to animate. And over here, this is what I have. If I don't go to animate all, I can go into the places and then decide how I want to go in and play with them. So I'm going to spin it. I might go in and loop, and then I'm just going to go back here and spin it like that. And then if I go into my timeline, this is what's important right now. Because if you want this one to show up again, or first one, you can go in and decide when do you want to go in and show it. And now I'm going to go back here, and Lucy, you are invited. So I can go in and then just went out. But if I want to go back here to it again, I'm going to go back here to the animation, and then I'm just going to go back here and then play with it again. And then it went out over here. If I don't want it out, I can go back here, and then I can just go back here, and then you can see it is going to go back here, and then I have it out all the way over here. So I'm going to select that over here, and then if I'm going to go back here in the out, I'm going to go in and I'm going to remove it. I didn't want to have that right now, and I'm going to bring it here. So now I have it here, and let's say I'm going to go in and I'm going to loop it, and then I'm going to spin. And then once I have that, I can go in and do the others. So I can go in and say you are invited, and then I'm going to select over here, oops, this guy here. Hold on the shift key and select that, and select the 2, all of them. And then I'm going to go to animation. I didn't select all of it. And then once I have it kind of selected, I'm going to go back here and then just going to bring it over. So this is why they say sometimes it is so much easier for them to make that. Oops, what did I do? I messed it up completely. If you mess it up like the way I did it, no harm done over here. I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to go back here, and then I'm going to select the animation that I have, and then I'm going to go to animation and just remove it. And now I don't have the animation over here, and I just went there. So I can go back here, and you can see here you have, but the animation is not accurate. All the way here, let's look at this one. So another thing that you can do here, which is not new, you can go into you're invited to a party, and then you can go in and bring it to shapes if you want. For something like Halloween, maybe you want to do a shape around your, and I see Kamran Yash is here. Thank you for coming. That's really cool. Where are you coming from? And Barbara said after Ray left, it's 9 p.m. Where she is, and it's actually 7:15 where I am. So I am in the West Coast. So it's for me it's a little earlier, and it's actually before dinner. And then Zozib is from Bangladesh, and Karman is, I don't know where you're from, but thank you very much for joining us today. We have an international view today from everybody. But now what I'm doing is, because it's Halloween, maybe I want to go and have something that looks like that, or maybe I'm going to have something. So I can put, ooh, I like that. I didn't even see this one before. Which one did I click on? And there's show more. So do you see they're adding a lot more all the time, and now I have something that kind of looks like this. And I'm going to go to Happy Halloween. I'm going to add some kind of a hazy drop shadow. I can change actually the typeface over here, so I can make it a little different. Happy Halloween. This is so not readable. I mean, I know it's within the stuff and the holiday that you have, but for me, if something is not really readable, it's not. Okay, Happy Halloween. Not bad. I don't know. No way that it's going to work for me. And I'm going to go back here, and then let's say I'm gonna go into brush pen and see, okay, maybe Happy Halloween over here. And then I'm going to go to the shadow. I'm going to do a classic shadow over here. So again, I can change the stuff. I can go back here and unlock it. I can go to the image on generative, and then I can go in and change it onto a pencil drawing. So really, I can go in and do different things. So if you guys are just joining us right now, I wanted to kind of like go back and forth and to see what we were doing. It's basically what I created in the beginning. I just created a flat design, and then I went to I don't have, my Excel was not working today. So since I'm working with Mac, I opened my numbers. I wrote different sentences. I saved it as an Excel file, and I uploaded it in bulk create, and that will create for me the pages that you have. Don't forget to hit create pages, because this is what I forgot to do in the beginning, and that's what it didn't work. But now I'm looking, and look at this. I get a different kind of image over here. And then if I'm selecting it, let's see which image. And if I'm gonna go back here, maybe I'm gonna make it in a normal mode. And look what I get right now. Happy Halloween. I have some brown kind of stuff here. And then because, or maybe I want to have something like as spooky as that over here. And you know what? I don't even need my spooky spirits over here. And then I can go to my Happy Halloween and then just do stuff like that. And then move it. And maybe even select it, and then go back here and create kind of like more colors. And maybe I'm making it like orange color or a darker orange over here. And now you have that. So it looks a little bit different over here. So that's kind of cool. And then I think what happened here, I went to my shapes when I kind of played with it. I think, I don't know how I got these little guys over here, but I think that was that. But this one, I cannot. I'm just going to go back here. Select all. Oops. And I'm making it into white. So again, look at this. You have something a little bit different. I have the ghost. And then, of course, if I don't see stuff here, I'm going to go and change that to a lighter color. And now I have a different kind of an ad with a different kind of sentence. So that's kind of like the whole idea here, is to use bulk create and then go back here and schedule it. So I'm not going to do more. I'm just going to look at this one here. And I have this lonely one over here. I love ghosts. And I might change it and leave it like this over here. And then October is for monsters. And then this is what I have. So now when I'm going to download it, I can go in one page selected, but I want to download all the pages. And then I'm going to go back here, and I can also, I'm going to go in standard PDF or best for printing, and I'm going to go back here and download it. You can do it in individual PDF, or if not, all together. And now I'm just going to go in and downloading it. So this is really going to save me a lot of time if I'm doing kind of like a social media campaign and I'm designing the base, and a client can tell me you can have some other images in between, but the base has to be the same, more or less the same typefaces and more or less some certain colors that's going to be part of your brand, but certain sentences need to go in and change, and then you can create an Excel and decide which one you're choosing there, and that's the one that's going to take the place of the stuff that you have the placeholder. Does that make sense? I want to make sure it makes sense. And are you as excited as so many other people with this kind of a new feature? Because that's a major time saver that we have over here. Hopefully it's going to do it. It takes a time. And then meanwhile, I can start a new file. So that's another thing that I can do. And then if I'm going to go back here and double click on it, I don't want to do that, but look at this. This is what I have. I also have the first one. And then if I do command, I'm going to go back here and look at this. So I'm just have candy match please. And I have another one over here. And I have another one over here. And then these are the guys that I didn't even do yet. But you can see here I have a wonderful PDF here that can start working with it. And of course, I can go back here and gonna save the PDF, and I'm gonna save all the pages. And then you can see over here, oh, I don't want to print. I'm gonna cancel it out. I don't want to print it, but I can go back here and basically go in and save that as final campaign. And then I'm just gonna save that, and that's gonna be it. So I can go and play with it, and I can go and create another one. So the other thing that I might do, I might create with it a template. And this is something that we know already. But I'm just going to go back to here. And maybe, no, I don't like this one as much. Maybe this one is kind of cool for Halloween. So I'm just going to go into download it over here. And then I can do a crop mark if I want over here. And then I can show the bleed. And then she'll show the crop mark and then download it. Then we have something also new. I'm not going to do anything with it. And then it's just going to go back here and then deliver to print over here. And that takes you to a service that you can go in. But you need to go in. And I think, I'm not sure, you have user agreement that you have to sign up. And then you can see it on a t-shirt. And you can do other stuff. And then you can go and create a poster. And whenever you have, and then we also with them, you can find a product and put it directly. So this is a service that you have that's part of that. It's not printing at home. It is basically printing it with Zazzle, which is the service. So if you go back here, it just goes in and you have to sign the agreement. And I think maybe you do have to put a credit card. I didn't even do that with them, but I know that you can do that with that and then just play. I'm going to also go back here to share, and then you can go back here. You can share it to Google, Dropbox, Instagram, and Schedule. Save it to the cloud, which is always, but I'm going to make a template. So I'm going to make it a template over here, and I'm going to say October 30th, 2024. And then I'm going to save it to one of my files. And I have something that says Mac in Art. Who knows, maybe I have something that a little better. Look how many Wow, these are all my Adobe Creative Cloud libraries. I'm a library hog. Look at this. How many things I have over here. I'm going to put it in art and music in LA. I can write a note for me and I can say hello in template. And then I can go back here and I can save the note. And then I can go back here and save the template. And it's saving the template in the background, so the next time I want to do something for Halloween, I can go in and play with the stuff and do stuff like this. So really, what I really wanted to show you is bulk create. And then I want to clarify also a few things, because the first time I looked at the add-on of bulk create, what I was thinking is, I mean, you also can copy the link that I have to my template, and then if I can put that here, you can have a link to my template, and then that's going to be there. And then if you click on it, it is going to go in and open it. And then if I go to Adobe Express, look what happened. It opens over here. I can save it as a started file. I can copy the link and you can see the notes that I have, and I can just start working, which is cool. So one of the things that I kind of wanted to explain in the beginning, it was my mistake when I first saw the add-on and I said bulk create, what I was thinking in my head, and maybe other people thinking, what I was thinking, oh, and this is actually, you see here, this is my library, and that's what I have in my library. I have assets, and now I have a template, so I can go back here and play with it at any time. But what I was thinking, and I want to clarify it before we finish today, when they said bulk create in the beginning, and even if it was in the add-on, I was like thinking, okay, so I can take a lot of the images and kind of upload it, or maybe change the sizes like I do in repurposing in design, like liquid layout, but it's not. It's actually more like mail merge. And once you do it there, you have to prepare the files that you have and then bring it over. So I want to see if you guys have any question. And really what I wanted you to see, can you guys click on the link and see if you can get permission to go there, because I don't think I locked anything. So I think you can take that and create your own stuff. And then I put just placeholder so you can go in and play with it. And another thing I just want to show you, I don't have it in Excel, but I did it in numbers over here. And then I think I can put something else here and something else in a different area. And then just when I go there, I actually select which one is on my tab, and that's what's going to go to the area that you are selected. So it's really simple. And then you're gonna go in and take your slogan and put it in there, and then start kind of like creating. And I think I have another one that I created today, and I wanted to show you. That's kind of like with different sentences, and look what I have over here. That was kind of like the placeholder that I had over here. So that was kind of like a different kind of drawing that I created over here. And then again, I brought in some stuff, and you see the ghosts that I have over here. So basically, if I'm going to go into bulk create and click on that, and I see I have another one, let's say table number 1, and then I'm just gonna go in and bring it here. And then again, remember to go to the elements that you have over here, and this is the quotes that I have in the elements. And then as soon as you do that, you click next, and don't forget to create pages all the way down. So you see here, when I play with it before today, just to see how it works, I say, hello, give me food, hello, I'm here, hello, how are you? I just put some generic sentences, but don't forget, don't do my mistake that I did before and go to cancel it. Just go in and say create pages, and now you can start working. The first one always going to be a placeholder. You can also do something with that, or you can go in and use the other one. So you can see over here, I have hello, give me food, and I have another one over here, and I can start just going in and creating. So this is really what I wanted to show you today, because I was very excited about this new feature that we have here. And then also, once again, if I go back here to my ghosts, they look a little bit different right now. But if I go back into animation, I can go into animate all, and then I can go and glide it, and it will just go in and look at that. Simple animation. We don't have so many features in this animate all. I'm sure they're gonna start figuring it out and adding some more stuff with it. But this is really, really something fun for you already to have something moving to Instagram very fast, and then create something, schedule, and send it over. So really, this is what I wanted to do today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, to look at the stuff that you have a new UI. The UI looks a little bit different. You kind of want to investigate it. I want to alert you about the web page, which is a little improving and getting to be a little bit better than before. You can go right away and generate a QR code right away from here. You can also go right away to generate AI over here, and this is what you get over here. And you see remove object, text effect, generate template. So you can go back here, and as soon as generate template, it's inspired from this generated template. So you can see over here, you can go back here and bring your idea to life, and then you can go in and share some stuff together, and then you can see it start kind of like generating for me, selecting colors and assets and other stuff that I have. And then this is what I'm getting over here, and it tells you flower arrangement workshop bright color. And then I can go back here and do something else here, and I'm gonna say Halloween parties with spooky images. And then it takes a moment, and hopefully it is going to go and generate a template for you. And then in mixing it and looking at it, I love to watch it while it's doing. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but this is fun. This is fun. And look at this. Haunted Halloween Bash, Spooky Join Us, Haunted Halloween Bash over here. So if I like it, I can go back here and then see the variation for it. And then I chose that, and now I'm going to see the variation for this one. So they're getting more and more into doing the template, working with AI, but I kind of wanted to emphasize AI is not the end of the road. AI is there to help you and enhance stuff for you, but you can take it to the stuff that you want and then start working with it. So now I'm just going to go back here, and then I can start working on this one, and this one I have it here, and I can go and work with the stuff. So you can see I have the images, I want to mention here, and then it tells you all kind of stuff there. I don't want to print it right now, but I can go in and start working. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does make sense. I want to see if people have any questions. And then keep exploring, because almost every day, it's not like other software that they say something and it's been there for a while. I can tell you something and then it changes. And Barbara said, fabulous, plan to share with my older daughter who does exactly. This is an immediate poster, but she can take that and do something else with it. She can go back here and change the stuff. And if I don't want the typeface, I can go and have something a little bit different. And then I have the images over here, and then I have the generative image, and I can go in and change that. So now you'll see I'm gonna have something else in there. You can also remove background and take little object from there. And then that's kind of like for inspiration. And look at that. I started from one place and now I'm going into another place and I'm going into another place. And then I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to get a misty effect and so on and so forth. And then I can be here until 12 o'clock at night, my time, just to play and look at the colors and see if we like all the stuff. And then you can generate more and more and more, so you can see different kind of effect as you go. So it's kind of cool. I think it's cool. Definitely share it with your friend. Definitely share it with your family, friends, and even kids. You'll be surprised how creative kids can be if they want to create even invitation to a birthday party for their friend, and all of a sudden they be able to do that. And another thing, that could be an inspiration for a painting that you can go really with the paint and then later do that. And I just realized I still have the flamingo on my head. I'm pretty silly right now, but anyway, I forgot that I have it on my head. Anyway, I want to wish you all a happy Halloween. Be careful out there. Run around, but not too much. Be creative, explore, and I will see you next week. And yeah, Barbara said thank you so much, Hannah. I love the flamingo. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you next week. Look how I stream. Look, I stream like that. Are you using this onion? Did you do the cooking? Did you put onion? Did you put onion? You put paprika? You have to put in. Okay, don't get upset with me right away. I'm just showing you how to make cooking. It's my mom's recipe. I will do it. Why are you getting so upset? Everybody is so upset when they can't see me streaming. I'm ready for cooking. Okay, I'll take it from שמענו עליך. אוי. Oh.